I've talked to you all about how men who hate women want to become women. And one of the ways I'd like to explore this conversation or continue this conversation today is how it shows up in patterns of sexual deviancy. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. And I've talked with you all about this, you know, a number of times on this app and the podcast and stuff over the years. Uh, and this is the thing that men who hate women want to become women, and how this will show up in sexual deviancy will be men who take your photos and pretend to be you on sexual websites. And this is a phenomenon that's growing exponentially quickly. There have been a number of women who have been on this app and beyond, even like major influencers who've talked about it. There was like one case that really blew up last year, where, for example, her boyfriend started an OnlyFans account using her explicit photos, pretending to be her and soliciting, under the guise that he was her. And this is what I would call an escalation or a progression into sexual deviancy, where your partner has this fantasy that they want to be this sexual object, but they're catfishing people, pretending to be you because they covet the attention, they covet the desire that you have, and they want that for themselves. And not only do they covet that desire, they think that they can just, push a few buttons, take a few photos, tweak a few things in how they look and how they appear, and they actually can become you. This is very harmful because this person could be a few steps away from harming you, or even causing harm to come to you, because they create this persona, and other men think that they are talking to you. The other men are, lured in with these photos of you, and these photos could be completely AI generated, but they think that they are you. There's a woman on here, and I'm sure there's probably 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 of you that are even listening to me, but there's a woman on here who is talking about how her husband did this, was on all these sexual websites, messaging men, talking about all the rough sex he'd like to have, but he's using her photos. He has stolen her identity. So, that's something to really think about. And this happens to you, I cannot stress to you how much danger you're in when you're with a person who's stealing your identity, and they're on the apps pretending to be you, inviting, these lewd sexual conquests, this rough sex and things like this. Imagine if you run into one of those people out in public. Imagine if one of these people decides to Google you, reverse image search, and shows up at your home or at your job, or follows you under the guise that they're going to have this, rendezvous with all of this explicit sexual activity that's happening, and you are none the wiser because you have no idea of what is happening and how people are using and abusing your information, much less someone that you love and care about and think that you're in a wholesome relationship or marriage with. This person is violent. They have these sexual fantasies, and they don't give a damn about putting your life and your livelihood in danger. You always want to remember that. So they can be reckless with you and be reckless with your information because they are so attention seeking. They want to be front and center. They want to be desired. They want to be coveted in a way that's not healthy, first of all, but they're very envious of you. And they don't care about what type of danger that they put you in. But this is happening at record paces where women's images are circulating online, and they're being used to create this false identity. So someone is stealing your identity. It is identity theft in one of the worst ways imaginable. Not only that, there's just such a high level of delusion that's fixated on taking over your identity. You want to be careful of that. And I don't think a lot of women understand, I don't think they understand the gravity of the danger that you're in. And a lot of times you don't even see it coming because there's so much secrecy that's involved. But this person has developed a fixation on you, that to the point where they want to become you, and they've created an alter ego of you online with strangers that you don't even know. And not only that, the conversations that they're engaging in with these strangers, a lot of it is involving like rape-based fantasy play. I want you to come and take over me, and I want you to, be so aggressive with me and do this to me and do that to me, without consent. So a lot of it is violent. Again, and it speaks to the level of violence, even in fantasy, in trying to take what you have and becoming you without your consent. So be careful with that. So let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, follow, and share. Thank you so much.